Hello! Well, I thought I would just show anybody who's curious about what gear I'm taking on this bike ride. I thought I would show it by a video, be more interesting than just making lists of stuff. So this is my steed. It's a Surly long haul trucker. It's a 60 centimeters, the frame size, and it has 26-inch wheels. This is with all of the stuff on it at once. Total weight is about, without water or food, is 75 pounds. The tire size is 26-inch. I opted for the 26 even though you can get a 29-inch wheel, because if I eventually want to do this in developing countries, you can't readily get a 29-inch tire, so if you blow a tire, you're kind of screwed. Also, I have a little bit wider fenders mounted. Also, for the same reason, if I do end up doing this somewhere else, and you end up riding on a lot of dirt roads, you probably put a mountain bike tire on it, so you would need a wider fender. Speaking of tires now, I have Schwalbe Marathon Pluses mounted on it. Fairly indestructible tire and rides really well with a lot of weight on it. The Surly comes with Schwalbe City Contact, which I don't think would last more than a few hundred miles, taking that kind of abuse. Starting from the top, it's my Brooks Flyer saddle. I've been breaking it in the last 9 months or so on my commuter bike. It has some springs in it to take some of the shock out and, I hope, some of the soreness that's going to occur. I have a couple rear lights, one mounted here, which isn't a very convenient spot. I may actually take it off. It's also just a random old light. It would probably fall off eventually. So I have another rear light that's mounted to the rear rack that should work pretty well. Starting up here, I have a Goal Zero Guide 10 solar panel, which I've clipped in to the bungee cords that are holding down my sleeping bag, which is in this dry bag, so it can be out in the rain. This can also be out in the rain. I just have it clipped in here with some little carabiners. Underneath this, there's a little zip pouch that has a battery pack, which then gets the power from the solar panels, and then you can, from the battery pack, you can plug in your iPhone or whatever via USB. I'll actually only be using an iPhone 4S. That's the only thing I'll be charging. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I have a Kindle with me too. But anyway, it'll charge both of them. All the bags are Ortlieb classic rollers, and this is an Ortlieb Handlebar Bag. All of them are waterproof. Right here I have my tent poles. They're too tall to fit into any of the panniers, so I've just mounted them underneath. It has its own bungee cord right here. Also, the sleeping bag keeps it pretty well snug underneath it. It won't rattle out. Set of Crocs. Those are I'm only taking these cycling shoes and the Crocs, so these I'll use at the end of the day or whatever if I don't want to wear these anymore. These also have a cleat mounted in them to go with the clipless pedals. The good thing about the Surly frame is that it comes with 3 water bottle holders, so you can carry a lot of water at one time. I've mounted a Kryptonite U-lock in here, and just a small pocket rocket pump. Additionally, I've also put a map case on top of the handlebar bag so that I can always be looking at the map, having it in front of me. On the handlebars, I have just a basic cat-eye computer that I can use for mileage and miles per hour, stuff like that. Little bell and an iPhone mount, so I can also have my iPhone right in front of me the whole time. Yeah, so now I'll just, for those who really want to know everything I'm carrying, I'll open each of the panniers and show you what's inside. So each of the panniers has a quick release system integrated into the rack. So all you have to do is pull up on the handle and they just slide off. So in the front right pannier, just right here, I have some hanging rope that I can use for either a clothesline, or when I get into the Sierras, I'll need to hang a bear bag. So I'll use that to throw it up in a tree. This is a Trangia stove, courtesy of Fred Yarrow. Many thanks, Fred. This is used in conjunction with this little stand, which I'll set up. This is a cook kit that has a pot, 2 small bowls, a windscreen, and then you can use this bag also as it's a waterproof bag you can use as a wash station. This is a Nalgene Canteen, which if I need to haul a bunch of water. Dr. Bronner's soap, extra Ziploc bags, toiletry bag, which has some sunscreen, mirror, zinc oxide, floss, deodorant, toothpaste, and then this is for saddle sores, which I'm sure will be common. Lastly, on this front right pannier, I have a small bag with a cooking knife, titanium spork, bottle opener, wine key, and a wire coffee filter. So for the front left pannier, I have underlayers and repair kit. I mixed and matched a little bit because you can't have, all clothes on one side and then your cook kit and repair kit on the other, because you have to try to balance the weight a little bit. So starting with the clothes, I have 2 synthetic t-shirts and another one that I'm actually wearing because I'm about to go for a little ride. This is a button-up synthetic shirt, Patagonia R1, sort of an insulating underlayer. Pair of swimming shorts, travel towel, some synthetic underwear, which I have a couple more pairs. They're just in the wash at the moment. For repair stuff, we got a sewing kit, super glue. These are some hardware for the rack in case something falls off. This is some random bolts and also some inserts for my shoes in case I want to take the cleats off and just have a full rubber sole on the bottom if I'm in town for a couple of days or whatever. Although these shoes don't click because the cleat's actually far enough up, into the shoe where they won't touch or rub or wear down. Here's some duct tape rolled up so I don't have to carry a whole roll. A couple extra brake pads, spoke wrench, pedal wrench, Leatherman Micra, lots of patch kit, lots of patches in it. This is a wrench for the seat to tighten the leather because it's sort of hung like a hammock. So you tighten the screw under here just in case the seat will eventually start sagging down. So you want to keep it nice and fairly tight. This is just a piece of Velcro if I need to put it on anything. God knows why, but sandpaper, tire levers, 2 sets. I tend to break them for whatever reason. Lots of zip ties, also just a general item. This is some good chain lube. Extra tube. Yeah.